dream dreams. She's got a bad attitude, can't you see? Foodie beauty, fat flex, but she shakes the beat. Freezing, don't care, facing the screen. Ruling girl world like it's her scene. She's got a bad attitude, can't you see? Foodie beauty, fat flex, but she shakes the beat. Freezing, don't care, facing the screen. Ruling girl world like it's her scene. Just breathing the day, ain't no one can catch. Calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That baddest woman with a smirk so mean. In the murky depths of live stream. She tears down the walls with the wit so raw. Filters off, can't handle her flaw. Sharp tongue blade and a smoldering smile. Leaving haters burned, exiled. Just breezing the day, ain't no one can catch. Calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That baddest woman with a smirk so mean. In the murky depths of live stream. She tears down the walls with her wit so raw. Filters off, can't handle her flaw. Sharp tongue blade and a smoldering smile. Leaving haters burned, exiled. She tears down the walls with her wit so raw. Filters off, can't handle her flaw. Filters off, can't handle her flaw. Leaving haters burned, exiled. Living each moment without a damn care. Streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign. Feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Living each moment without a damn care. Streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign. Feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Living each moment without a damn care. Streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign. Feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Just breezing the day, ain't no one can catch. Calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That woman with the smirk so mean. In the murky depths of live stream.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. Hello, Free the People. We missed you yesterday. Hello, Be Kind. I wasn't flipping you off. I was just using all the emojis, and I happened to use that one right after I said hello to you. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Wrong Missy. Okay, Wheezy Breezy is hosting this live stream today. I'm still so wheezy, but like as long as you guys don't mind, we could just carry on, okay? Basically, this is going to be a short morning recap. So the girls are falling apart. Booty Beauty has eye goop and is probably not going to make it to Christmas. Um, oh my God, they're really. How do I even go into this? Actually, We'll go with Amberlynn Reid next because I don't feel sorry for her. Amberlynn Reid was in the hospital. Her mother had to take her. She had an elevated. I think they did a D-dimer test, and it showed elevation. So now she's crying that she probably has blood clots, but she did this all to herself. And then last night, I happened to see people tweeting about Eugenia Cooney. Now, this situation is sad, and I'm not going to show the clips because it's a lot. But people are thinking she had either a mini stroke or a heart attack on her Mother's Day live. And I watched it, you guys. I watched it. Her hands started cramping up, her face started like tensing up. She was having spasms that she couldn't do anything about, but she was trying to hide them. She couldn't open or close her makeup bag. She seemed very, very confused. She drank some water. Then suddenly she had to end the stream, right? So people are thinking she was getting refeeding. It's really, really sad. The difference between Amberlynn Reid and Foodie Beauty, I feel like they do these things to themselves, right? And one can argue that Eugenia Cooney is, but I feel like her mother needs to be in jail. I feel like if something happens to Eugenia, her mother needs to be prosecuted, persecuted, whatever, booked for a very long time. I mean, we can say Eugenia is an adult and you can't force her to do anything, but this is where I'm really pissed off. Sorry, you guys, it's a whole rant before we get into what I'm going to get into. Hey, Lori, good to see you, gorgeous. It was really scary. So, this is what I'm mad about. If you think about it, yeah, Eugenia is what, in her 30s now, I believe, but mentally, she is like 10 or 11. Mentally, she is stuck at a little girl. She lives in her parents' house, and I'm not shaming anybody for that, right? Like, I'm renting my parents' house, so I'm not shaming anybody for that. What I find odd is she is mentally stuck at 10 years old. Her mother uses her for money, in my opinion, and just kind of dresses her up like a doll. Um, her bedroom is like my daughter would have loved that bedroom 3 years ago, and my daughter's 12. I just it's a whole nightmare. I oftentimes wonder, are people coming to the house to keep Eugenia alive? Because I know they're not bringing her to a doctor. If she walked in through a doctor's office, I would assume they would have to hospitalize her, right? But for some reason, she's not hospitalized, getting thinner. She can't even drink water now without getting sick. And her mother's well fed. Her mother is not missing a meal. I will say that. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, Missy, it's a lot. I'm not trying to trigger anybody. I just kind of wanted to talk about what you're going to see on Twitter. So I won't be playing the clip. If you want to go find it, you can, but I'm going to give you a very strong warning. Okay, it's at first you're not sure what you're watching, and I watched this person on Twitter who was pointing everything out. Right, I think Nick Snyder retweeted it. Right, so I was watching it at first. I'm like, okay, is this BS? Like she looks like she's smiling. I can't really notice anything. And then I kept watching. I stuck with it. And I'm like, oh my God, she can't close her mouth. She's stuck in a smile. She's not actually still smiling. Her face is paralyzed like that. It's just a lot. And it's very scary to watch. And the fear in her eyes when she ends the stream, like that stuck with me all night. It did. I'm gonna sit this one out. No, it's okay. I'm sorry. I know this is very heavy in the morning, but we're gonna be talking about all the girls and stuff like that. So I'm just warning you, things are gonna come up on Twitter, but I will not be playing any clips of Eugenia Cooney, okay? There was a phase where Eugenia started eating again. And then, like what Breezen said, she started becoming thinner, smaller. Well, what I remember from, I feel like I watched that whole thing go down in real time. I did with the Jacqueline Glenn and everybody else. Her mother wasn't very supportive of Eugenia being in treatment, and family support is very, I mean, it's key. I mean, it's like if your parents are dragging you out of rehab, like what chance do you have at staying sober, right? So like I know most of the rehabs I went to, and they did address everything from addiction to drugs and alcohol to there was people in there with food issues, right? They would have family nights where the family would come and they would talk about like what they've been through with you, and then you would have to share how you felt hearing that. It was a whole thing, but they really wanted your family to be a part of it. And the fact that her mother like wanted to pull her right out of there tells me a lot. It really does. I know the Eugenia lore more than ALR or Foodie. Her family is beyond evil. After her 5150, she was eating, though very ill, think dry drunk. Then, without the continued arc, she reverted, or without the continued care, she reverted. Yeah, I remember watching clips. Remember when Shane Dawson did like a documentary on her, and I think there was a Katie Morton. I remember Eugenia coming back on, and she did look healthier, and she showed herself grabbing something out of the fridge. I can't remember if we saw her eat it or not. I can't. Um, but there were things that stood out to me, like she didn't know how to get out her door. How do you not know how to leave your house? Like, that was very telling to me, and I remember there was, like, this big bar thing that went over the back door, like, and she had no clue how to lift it up and open it. It made me wonder, like, is she being locked in? Are we locking people in or out here? I'm recovered from a long-term ED, but it was difficult, and it took years of therapy. Yeah, it's not something that you could just fix overnight, right? It's something that you have to work on every single day. Every single day. Hold on, I have to cough and I'm, like, wheezing again, so hold on one. Yeah, Missy, we're so glad you're doing better. The mom has bells on the door? That's weird, right? Now, was the grandma living with them? Okay, because here's the other thing that we have to consider there. I've lived with elderly people with dementia, and they leave the house. They do. And so you have to sometimes put alarms on them, bells on the door, all kinds of things. So if the grandma was living there, okay, the bells I understand. I don't think the grandma could have lifted the big bar to get out the door. And I don't think Eugenia could have either. You're welcome, Missy. You're welcome. Hey, looky. So I know we kind of started things off heavy, but there is hope out there. There is. There's hope. There's people who care. There's help. You never have to suffer alone. I want somebody to hear that right now. You never have to go through what you're going through alone, okay? There's tons of people who understand. We're gonna be laughing in this stream, and it's not because I find this Eugenia stuff funny. I don't actually. I find it very terrifying. But it's how I cope and deal with things is to break things up so it's not super heavy for like an hour. You know what I mean? Like, this is how many of us start our day. So I do kind of break things up so we're laughing a little too. Eugenia was encouraged by her live stream to go look at the moon. I remember that her mom did not allow it. Her brother used to paint. Oh my God. Okay, that something's not right with that family. I don't even want to read those words out loud, but her brother used to paint nudes of her, but she would say it was tasteful art. God, she needs therapy more than we know. She needs to get away from her family, I think. I remember one time her brother screaming or like he was so mad on a stream. I think she was live and he didn't want to be on camera, which like everybody deserves their privacy. But the way he was acting, it just makes me wonder. I think while I'm saying family support is key, maybe her family support is not helpful to her. I really don't know. I think her only chance is to get away from them. I do. I do. I think some people like to keep people sick. And I don't know if there's any nicer way of saying that. Some people like to have people to take care of. They don't want to be alone. They're scared of what that would look like. And just, I don't, it just makes me wonder. It just makes me wonder. Okay, so we're going to get into the girl world stuff. We are. I thought this was funny from yesterday. Having a failed OnlyFans seems like the most humiliating thing in the world. You were like, "Hey guys, here's my kitty," and everybody was just like, "Nah." And it reminds me of when Foodie Beauty had an OnlyFans. That didn't work out too well for her. I thought this was funny too. Oh gosh, it's kind of scary to be honest. But a seventh grader was doing a project on Amberlynn Reid. God, I hope my daughter does not find Amberlynn Reid. I really hope that never happens. I don't know how I would pretend I don't know who these people are. I don't know. It's wild though. But this also brings something else up. If people can search Amberlynn Reid and they're in the seventh grade, can they search Eugenia Cooney and see what she's doing to herself every day on live streams? Probably. And I don't think a lot of this should be online. I'm scared for our children. Oh gosh, this goes into Amberlynn Reid. So she is insane. How do you eat yourself to be super morbidly obese and then cry about the health problems that you get from it? I don't understand, but we're going to get into this recap. Her father was arrested for assault against her mom and for drunk driving. Good Lord. I feel like in all the years Eugenia's been on YouTube or TikTok, whatever, I've seen her dad once, and he told her how she looked like she was 16, and it creeped me the fuck out. It just did. It did, and I will never I don't know. I'll forever have that in my mind. Like, what child? Oh, you look gorgeous. Not a day older than 16. Okay, pervert. She's in her 30s. Wookie, she has not gone live again, but she has Snapchatted. Okay, so did she go to the hospital? Probably not. Yeah, we're talking about her. She had that weird yeah, on Mother's Day. She was getting ready for church. We are talking about it. We aren't showing clips though, because I feel pretty jaded to a lot of things on here. Like I've seen a lot, but it really bothered me, and I know if it bothered me, it's gonna bother you guys. It is. Hey, Rainbow. Amber is fine relative to her usual state. She needed to have a distraction from her mom. It was Mother's Day. Yeah, that sounds about right. So this is a recap. Thanks to Foop Olympics. This was Amberlynn Reid's vlog. Things just got worse going to the hospital and celebrating Mother's Day. So her cellulitis has healed. She was taste testing a brownie built collagen protein bar. She likes it, thinks it tastes like a candy bar. Weekly Amazon haul, sandals, slippers, dish soap, and AirPods. Hmm. Decluttering clothes says she's not into cardigans anymore. Says the soonest appointment with her primary care doctor is scheduled for 1 month from now, and she's going to ask about GLP-1s bingo again. Oh, bingo again. I'm like, what? I was confused. Is this her closet? Her arm. Okay, let's keep going. Mother's Day, Amber takes Mama Lynn to Target and lets her buy whatever she wants. Then dinner and casino. Amber says she ordered a chimichanga with rice and beans out of habit, without even thinking, and it was a bad decision. She still needs to work on her relationship with food. That's a lot of food. She just ordered that without thinking. Oracle card reading, the universe is telling her she's capable of healing, and she's enough the way that she is. Jump cut to hours later, she's having chest pains, and her left side under her boob is radiating towards her nipple. Okay. Mama Lynn takes her to the ER, and we're vlogging from the hospital bed. They did an EKG and blood pressure test, heart x ray, and CT scan. Gave her Toradol for the pain. She's happy they treated her like a human because doctors in the past have treated her different because of her size. Do you think they really treated her differently, or do you think that they've told her she needed to lose weight? Hey, Poppy. Hey, Blue Jays. Oh, is that what she wants? Yeah, I keep up with her from a distance. It's too sad to watch her. And her voice isn't my favorite. Sorry, that's me. Amberlynn or Eugenia? I feel like I kind of sound like Eugenia right now. My voice is like. Anyways, so jump cut, we're back at home. She's crying. Wait, did I go to this part? Mama Lynn takes her to the ER. Okay, I didn't read this. Did I? Oh well, we're going for it again. Mama Lynn takes her to the ER. We're vlogging from the hospital bed. They did an EKG. We did because they gave her Toradol, and it clearly wasn't enough for her. She said that the doctors treat her differently because of her size. I feel like it's probably a whole lot of like you need to lose weight. Your lifestyle is not good for you. I mean, when I was in addiction, I had to hear about it all the time. I did. I did. And you kind of hate going to the doctors because they're like, by the way, your liver's spotted. You're doing this to yourself. Your liver can regenerate, but if you don't stop drinking, you will be dead within years. I hated hearing that stuff. Jump cut, we're back home. She's crying. They said her lungs and heart look good, but she has an elevated D dimer. The nurse said it could indicate a blood clot, but they checked her lungs and she doesn't have one. Amber says, okay, but I still have other parts of my body. Well, then you should probably take your body more seriously. Her ears are low set. Toradol was weak when I was on. Oh, really? I don't know. I feel like the only time I've ever had major pain medicine is after surgeries, and I don't really know that it does anything for me. Um, I don't know, and I probably because I've done so many drugs and put so much shit into my body, but I feel like it takes a whole lot of medicine to for it to even touch me, and for the most part, like, it doesn't make me tired or sleepy or any of that. Um, anyway, so she's crying about her D-dimer. Amber says, "Okay, but I still have other parts of my body." She's scared and anxious, is going to call her primary doctor again and see if she can get a sooner appointment. The end. Somebody left her a comment, Amber. D-dimer can be elevated for many reasons, including chronic inflammation. The ER doctors were right to check your lungs for clots. Since you are high risk, you need to pull it together. It's not cute anymore. It's not. And it hasn't been for a long time. How do you eat however the fuck you want and really do nothing else besides eat and shop and gamble and drink, but then complain when you have problems? I don't feel bad for her. I'm sorry. Anybody else I would feel bad for, except for her and Foodie Beauty. Eugenia, I even feel bad for. I do. I do. Her, Amberlynn, I won't. I just refuse. I'm gonna skip past these clips. It's just I won't feel right. I wouldn't feel right. I wouldn't. I want people to leave my streams feeling like there's hope or a chance or at least like a little bit lighter. I don't want anybody to be traumatized. So again, if you want to search the Eugenia clips, they're out there. This one I retweeted by Nick Snyder is really good, but there's I need to put a big warning before you go looking. Hold on one second, you guys. Oh my gosh, I know Eugenia, you see the latest on her. I did trailer park. It's very s I'm not really a drug I'm not really a drug dealer, never has been, or drinker either. I had a hysterectomy in my 30s, and for pain, they gave me Demerol, and that knocked me out for 18 hours. Really? I wish something would knock me out for 18 hours. I really do. Um, God, that sounds like heaven. Nope, they are doing it to themselves except Eugene. It's her mom, that part too. I think her mom needs something. I just I was talking to my boyfriend about this last night, and I'm like, you know what? Like, there's no way I could watch my daughter in my home waste away to nothing. Like, I don't know what I would do, honestly. I don't know if I'd kidnap her and take her to treatment. I don't know if I'd go the conservatorship route. I don't know what I would do, but I would not stay getting fatter as my child disappeared right in front of my eyes. And if it ever came down to we were all hungry, right? We were all hungry, and it came down to my daughter eating or me eating, I would starve to death to keep her fed. I just would. But I love that child more than anything, and I want her to be healthy, and I want her to have a beautiful life, a long life. I want her to have a career after college. I want her, after she establishes her career, to find a partner, have kids if that's what she chooses to do, and travel. I don't want her stuck in her childhood bedroom in her 30s, never having a boyfriend or girlfriend, never experiencing life, and just disappearing to make me money. It just anyways, did she really so, I don't know. People are saying she had a mild stroke or a mild heart attack. Based on, like, if you've watched her for a while, you know her legs have been purple for a long time, right? Like, her knees, bright red purple, her thighs, bright red purple. I think it's probably her heart. I think so. And this is even scarier. I said these words to my boyfriend last night. I was like, "I love Karen Carpenter's music, like, I fucking do." And, like, I used to watch documentaries about her. I don't think she was as sick as Eugenia, and she passed away from her disease. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe she was just so sick and everything wasn't so public. Do you know what I mean? I mean, back then, there weren't cameras on people 24/7. So maybe she was, and we just didn't know how ill she was. But I feel like Eugenia looks worse, and I don't know how she's still alive. Other than if people come there and give fluids to her at her home. I really don't know. I don't know. I hope she gets away from her family. Um, but Nick said, I feel the same way about people that support Eugenia Cooney as I do with people that support James Charles. It's being reported that Eugenia had a mild stroke or heart attack on her live stream yesterday. Nick said she's going to delete, and shame on everyone who keeps putting her on. Jeffrey. So there's that. I truly hope she gets help. I do. This is anime. We're just going to go right into some laughter because that's what I do. This is anime, who sent all his money to Foodie Beauty, and now he is in financial straits, in his words. I do have to ask, how do you send all your money for Foodie Beauty to eat cheeseburgers? But like you couldn't buy more clothes or different clothes or get a haircut or not get botched plastic surgery. He got arm implants, right? Let me zoom in. Does that look like normal muscle to you? It's either botched plastic surgery or he did something. He tore something. I don't know. Anyways, Foodie Beauty definitely has a type. He looks just like her ex, just like him. Does he not? I mean, it looks like somebody put a Party City wig on him. What ended up happening when she went into rehab, they were putting weight on her too fast and her heart couldn't handle it. That's why she had heart failure. Me too. I love Karen Carpenter. Her voice was like an angel. I know people say that about Leanne Rimes, but no, it's Karen Carpenter. So what happened to her? She went into rehab. They were putting weight on her too fast and her heart couldn't handle it. That's why she had heart failure. She was beautiful. It's so mean what people did to her too, because she wasn't even overweight. Like, if you look at old clips of Karen Carpenter drumming, for one thing, did you know she's a fucking incredible, or she was an incredible drummer. She just was. But she was a healthy, she looked good. She was thinner than me and people called her fat. It's wild. Wow, thank you guys. My God, anime looks he does. He does. Hey, Joe. Crappy Photoshop. She was worse in my opinion than Eugenia Cooney. Hey, Cats for Nelson. Good morning. You guys, if you love seeing cats with an amazing life and being spoiled, um, Cats for Nelson's cats have a better life than I do. I would just like to tell you. I want to share their channel with you. Hold on one second. I'm trying to go straight to your channel to share the link. Plus, you're very sweet, and it's just a good time over on your channel. I'm in love with your orange and white cat. I think his name is Percy. Do I have his name right? All right, hold on. Let me share the link, and then we're gonna go back to some Girl World stuff. All right, no problem. Here you go. All right, and I love their catio. I feel like every cat needs a catio like that. She even has little tents and tunnels for the cats. It's like they're in a cat paradise. They really are. All right, back to this guy with the shoes and the socks that are about to fall apart. Hmm. Pat Von B said, "Look at this scrawny looking incel. Imagine throwing money at the buffalo, but wearing rags for clothes and raggedy shoes like this. Something tells me this incel is broke as fuck." And then she retweeted it and said, "Guys, maybe I was right." All I know is what little money he did have, he sent it to Foodie Beauty, and she ate it. She ate it. How's that roof over your head, anime? Non-existent? Yikes. Oh my, it does look like him. He misses left day, leg day. These are both anime. These are both him. I know so many people thought it was photoshopped, that it was really Foodie's ex. That's anime. So unless her ex is putting on a wig and sending her money, I'm pretty sure they're two different people. Pretty sure. Hold on, I want to look at these replies. Isn't it weird Foodie Beauty gets two Pete's and yes! Like all my okay, if you look at my dating history, nobody's looked alike. Not one person has looked like the other. Seriously. I don't know. I crave for people to not look like my ex. I really do. I do. Imagine having to look at your ex. It's weird. Anyway, let's keep going. This is Foodie Beauty in our tent with her Hardee's and McDonald's, her bonus sandwich. I seriously think this is what she's gonna have to wear. Barnum and Bailey's tent. Hopefully the elephants are set free. All right, now Spike, he said, "Damn, Foodie, your food addiction is out of control, yet you keep exploiting it by making it your content." Oh well, guess I'll keep cracking jokes. Step right up, folks. You know what's wild? That YouTube allows one person to literally starve themselves. Like she'll be live for 8 to 12 hours and not drink water, not use the restroom in that time. Like I pee a million times in 8 hours. I don't know about anybody else. But I'm saying all this to say it's weird what YouTube allows. We're watching one person waste away and we're watching one another person eat themselves to death. And YouTube's fine with both of those things. You just can't really talk about it. Like they'll start taking down reaction channels content. I remember I've even had videos removed of Eugenia Cooney, and they'll take down the reactions, but not the original content. So the person who's fucking suffering and doing this, it's wild. It's strange, but I suppose they will eventually crack down on it. Well, here's the thing. I feel like eventually these platforms are going to get sued. Something bad is going to happen, either with Foodie Beauty, Eugenia, something. And a major change will have to happen. This has to be a Black Mirror moment. It feels like it, right? It truly does. They wish it was still you, so they find a generic version of you. All right, let's keep going, you guys. More of Amberlynn Reid. Raised Octillion said, "Amber crying over her latest health scare moves absolutely nothing in me. She did this to herself. Cancer didn't change her behavior. An elevated D-dimer certainly won't either." And it's true. She'll cry about it for a day, feel sorry for herself, and then eat. But I want to show you guys this. Amberlynn Reid has told her audience that they shouldn't care. Her words.
My money, my health. Why do you care? My money, my health. Why do you care?
I don't. Keep eating. So Race Dactylian said, let's listen. Empress said, I'm usually a caring person, but honestly, I just don't care anymore. She's cried wolf too many times. And the clickbait just doesn't hit like it used to. It's that part too, like, how many times are we supposed to feel sorry for these people? At one point, I felt sorry for MFW, and then I realized that she's gonna stay drinking and doesn't fucking care what anybody says or does, right? And I felt sorry for maybe a minute, right? Like the addict side of me that knows what it's like to suffer with alcoholism and the shakes and the withdrawals and all of that, like for a minute. But then I realized, like, and the stomach ulcers, like she keeps getting hospitalized for her stomach ulcers, crying about how much pain she's in. Eventually, you just stop feeling sorry for these people. If you want to drink with ulcers, have at it. I mean, we tried to stop you, tried to give you kind words, didn't work, right? I won't feel bad for Amberlynn Reid. Tomorrow she'll be drinking her buzz balls, gambling, and eating some more. She'll forget all about her elevated D dimer. And that's just how it's going to be. So if she doesn't care, I don't care. Regina said exactly. She doesn't care at all. So why should anyone else? She's had hundreds of thousands of dollars and could have paid cash for inpatient treatment or even a gastric bypass by now. But instead, Legos and DoorDash was more important. That part right there. I've never watched Amberlynn. I've tried to. I can't. I find her to be the biggest brat in the world, and she's so fucking stuck up, and she shouldn't be. Like, this is the problem I have with Foodie Beauty and Amberlynn Reid, right? If I sit and think about it too long, like I have seen some of the most beautiful women or even men out there that have self-esteem issues and they think that they're ugly and unattractive. And those people really should have no self-esteem issues, right? Like flawless. And then there's Amberlynn Reid and Foodie Beauty who think they're the hottest shit on this planet and thinks everybody wants to be them. And I really don't understand why they think that way. Hey, Aaron. I cannot watch Amberlynn. Yeah, she's just a brat. She's a fucking brat. I don't like people who complain constantly but do nothing to fix their situation. Like, especially when it goes on like 7 to 10 years. Like, everybody has a rough patch. Everybody has a rough road. We all go through shit. We all make bad mistakes sometimes in our lives, but sometimes, or like at some point, we grow out of it, right? You grow out of it and you realize sitting and complaining doesn't solve shit. Like, what can I do to solve this problem? Oh, I'm broke today. What can I do to make money? Oh, my head hurts. Maybe I should stop, drinking alcohol. And I'm not talking about me. I'm just saying whatever. Oh, I'm gaining 955 pounds. Maybe you should stop fucking eating so much. Put the fork down. Put the fork down. And then these people who have more opportunities than some. I mean, they could have went to Betty Ford and fed ducks and rode horses. Well, they couldn't ride horses. Everybody else could but them. Anyways, they could have done it all. They've had more opportunities than some, more support than some, and they choose to piss it all away for a cheeseburger. I just don't feel bad. I don't like when people post pictures of themselves in the ER looking for sympathy. I don't have sympathy for somebody who's doing this to themselves. And that part right there, how many of us go to the ER, right? The last time I went was over the summer. It was when I was having, oh God, that was a shit show. My potassium was fucking low as hell. And I was having anxiety and my heart rate was 188. So I went over the summer and I haven't been back since, but like, did I do a whole tutorial or like a whole thing? Community post after community post of my chucks in the ER, my arm with the IV in it. Like, did I know? How many of us go to the doctors or have things going on and we don't expect a handout over it? Oh, I went to the ER last night. I'm gonna need $1,000 today. Feel sorry for me, please. Anyways, they're narcissists. Yes. Hey, Buckle Bunny. Let's see. Joe is Meg still on? Oh God. Yeah, those two are still together, right? Nex hates DC. I don't know why she's with him. He always complains about her. He clearly can't stand her. He wants to stream with everybody but her. He wants to hang out with everybody but her. Why does she stick around? Why? Anyways, so Amberlynn Reid, I don't feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. I just put the cheeseburger down, put the fork down. If you don't want anybody to have a comment on or an opinion on your life, stop uploading these vlogs. Have a good day. All right, so this is Trisha Paytas and Foodie Beauty. Um, okay. Just said Chantel says she's 366 pounds, while Trisha Paytas, who's actually 7 months pregnant, says she's 260 pounds. Call me nuts, but the difference in size seems a lot more than 106 pounds. I think Trisha is 5'3" to Foodie Beauty's 5'1". Still, I believe Chantel is at least 425 to 440 pounds. She's definitely not 366. Well, I never thought I'd see the day Trisha Paytas looks skinny, but here it is, right here. I actually don't hate this woman. I don't really know much about her other than, okay, I used to watch her when she was crying on the floor eating chicken nuggets and not her husband. She was dating this guy, Sean. And then I was all interested in what was going on. And then I remember she came crying on the floor and she's like, he's gay. He was dancing with a man. And so I would check in every once in a while because she was always having floor meltdowns, but I haven't watched since. Okay. I have not watched since. Don't really, I know she has 2 kids apparently. I don't know if she's still with Moses. I mean, I would assume so if she's knocked up again. Well, you don't have to be married to be knocked up. I wasn't. So there's that. Anyways, she looks like a skinny legend right there. I actually really like her hair. Okay, is it just I really like that hair. Breezy, you don't need to dye your hair any colors again. That's why you have no hair today. So, anyways, let's look at these replies. I only have seen her talk show. She seemed okay. Um, Oh, wait, and then I saw one there was a photo going around of Trisha on Twitter, and it was her booty hole with toilet paper stuck to it. That's all I really know about her. I don't know if she's typically nice and normal. Um, I know she uses toilet paper at least. I don't know what to say. All right, let's look at these replies. Getting weird. Trish has baby weight. Anyone know they're a girl or a boy? Okay, did she name her kid the Pope? I'm assuming it's a boy if she named it the Pope. Does she have the Pope in Malibu Barbie? Those are some names. Lizzie said her shape and lack of mobility would point to her being close to 500 pounds. She used to have a slimmer back and arms and legs, but the fat is building up in these areas now too. It's because the fat has nowhere else to go. We saw it happen to Tammy Slayton in real time. Like it had nowhere else to go and it started coming out her forehead. Chantal, I mean, hey, Candy. I'm 5 feet tall too, and I can't imagine how Foodie's body feels. She's gotta be in so much pain having that much weight on the skeleton. Like, her knees must constantly feel broken. Her back, I can't even picture it. Like, I don't wanna imagine how her back feels. Can you imagine walking around? Well, she doesn't do much walking, but when she does, you have to lean all the way back, like you're driving like a lowrider, like those you know what I mean? You know when men drive and they, like, lean the car all the way or the seat all the way back? Like, that's how Foodie has to walk. That can't be comfortable. It can't be. And her breathing, I mean, her lungs and her chest must feel so heavy. Twinkie Star said Trisha looks beautiful with her bump. Meanwhile, Chantel is ugly both outside and inside. I think she makes a cute mom too. And I'm seriously obsessed with this hair. I don't have very blonde hair, but if you have blonde hair, maybe you should do this. It's cute. It just is. I think she looks good. She does. That's all I can think about. Hey, Poetic Justice. About the intestines and lugs and stomach. And then, okay, if you don't have a gallbladder like me, mine had to be removed because of my drinking, not because of the way I ate. It's because I drank anyways. So I couldn't eat like Foodie Beauty. I don't enjoy living on the toilet. I don't know about anybody else, but like there's a whole beautiful life outside. Why spend it pooping 24/7? How does she eat like that? How? And her stomach must hurt nonstop. But I guess it's all worth it, right? I think about the pain, like, oh my God, you guys, there was this one point in my alcoholism where I would throw up anytime I drank. It was like towards the way end, it was really bad, right? And I'm not going to go into gross detail because some people are sensitive to it, but I would literally drink. throw it up, and then I would drink again and throw it. It was like a whole process and it hurt. Like, think of how many times you've thrown up in your life. Is it ever a pleasurable experience? Not for me, anyways. It hurts. You feel like shit after, but like I needed that alcohol in my system and I had to get it in. How I was going to get it in. I'm surprised I didn't shoot alcohol, to be honest with you. I was just down really bad. I've never had an issue after having my gallbladder out. I've had no gallbladder and can't eat deep fried food. Or like if we want to, right? It's like very little fried food. And we know we're probably gonna suffer later, so it's like a treat. I couldn't eat like that 7 days a week. I would be miserable. And you know Foodie is, which is probably why she's bitchy and ragey. And let's be honest, she probably has moments of being terrified. She does. Every time I have anxiety, I get fucking terrified. I think my heart's gonna stop. I'm petrified. I talk to Aaron or I talk to my boyfriend. I'm like, tell me I could breathe. Tell me I'm not gonna stop breathing. Like, it's scary when you have breathing issues or things like that. It is. It just is. So imagine how Foodie must feel 24/7. But it's all okay as soon as she takes a bite of a French fry, cheeseburger, sandwich, whatever. We're gonna get into her eye gunk. I know eventually I have another clip of the eye gunk, so good times for us ahead. PI said, I'm just going to leave this here. Foodie Beauty has mentioned Julia leaving dingleberries, and we all know how little Foodie washes her hands. So, cat poop can potentially contribute to pink eye conjunctivitis through contamination with the Toxoplasma gondii. Is it gondii parasite? I don't know. It's either gondii or gondii. Anyways, the parasite found in cat feces can cause toxoplasmosis, which can lead to eye infections. However, pink eye is more commonly caused by viral or bacterial infections. I just think of all the animals that Foodie Beauty hugs that have been out on the streets for days, covered in poop and everything else. I mean, I'm thinking of the camels too, specifically. She puts her face on all these stray wild animals. Now, I know the camels are supposedly people's pets. You couldn't tell. They don't look well treated for, but she probably has something. I'm surprised she doesn't have worms by now. She might benefit from worms though. A tapeworm. Anyways, King Savoy said revenge of Timbit. Cat eye. Honey said that's the least of her worries. If she's being exposed to cat feces, especially if the cat has ever eaten raw meat. Well, I'm sure they all do out there. Oh gosh, shaking but not stirred said, I mean, I've often wished her cats would poop on our pillow. I think I even told her BBJ should. I think she should. I think Julia should. I think she should poop in her shoes, on her pillow, the gaming chair, the couch, all over the kitchen so Foodie Beauty can't eat for, oh no, Foodie would probably still eat, even with poop smell. I agree, fashionable. Boopa Boopa has to be close to, if not over 500 pounds. She's wider than her fridge. She is. Yeah, I don't know why she bothers lying. She hasn't been 360 anything for a long time. Apparently, the cat is crapping all over the place too. Well, remember the one time we saw Foodie Beauty kick her poop across, or what was it, her poop, the cat poop, across the kitchen floor? Or no, it was the living room floor. It was some floor, okay? It was the floor with her barefoot. I mean, I walk through my house every day, and not once do I kick poop across it. Not once. Catty kitty, hey! She only uses a bidet, no toilet paper, plus T-Rex arms can't reach. Joe says, "Go Kuwaiti kitties." Yes. Um, Deep Depple, Deeple, Deephubble, Keedopple. However the fuck you say their name, thinks it's from the pool. I think she's gonna get a brain-eating amoeba. I think she is. She's gonna get something from that pool. Ray's Octillion said she doesn't groom the cat. The poor thing has shit stuck to her ass all the time. Oh my god, be kind. If you're in here, I just remembered the text. I think you left. Oh my god. Be kind sent me the funniest text. She meant I don't know if she wants me to say it, but I just got a flashback of the text. Anyways, she doesn't groom the cat. Poor thing has shit stuck to her ass all the time. BBJ. Now I just made it sound like you have shit stuck to your ass, BK. She doesn't. Anyways, BBJ had it stuck there too. The vet said it was interfering with her ability to defecate. Yeah, if your animals have shit on them, you should wipe it off, clean it off, wash it off, whatever you have to do. Would you want to walk around with shit stuck to you? It would give you problems eventually, right? But if Foodie Beauty doesn't even wipe her own ass, what makes us think she's gonna wipe Julia's? Let's see. Did you all know here her username is trademarked? Foodie Beauty? You can't use this. Last applicant owned by Project Miracle IP Holdings, LLC. Oh, here's their address. They're in Scottsdale, Arizona. Nice. Good shopping right there. All right, well, just to let you know, Foodie technically can't even use this on her merch. Oh, that's gonna dampen her day. Hmm. All right, well, let's leave this up here for a minute just in case anybody needs this info. Do, 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 do. All right, let's keep going. Yes, Foodie scale only goes to 366. Oh, I'm so far behind. Brush your cat, Foodie. She's a real shit kicker. Julia grabbed a bag of bread equals hunger. That's so sad. Wookie said my house is clean. I have two big dogs and a little dog and a cat. There's never animal anything besides hair on my floor. And I keep on top of that as well, and my cat doesn't sit on the floor either. Yeah, I think the only way you could really tell I have a dog is, well, two things. She yaps a lot because she's a chihuahua and she sheds. She just does, but that's why there's lint rollers and vacuums, right? So I feel like no outfit is complete without a little bit of chihuahua hair. Now, I don't go covered completely like Foodie Beauty. I take a lint roller, I roll away, especially if I'm wearing black, and I go out the door because not everybody needs to know that I have a dog. And to be honest, even if they did, who cares? But like, who wants to go out covered in dog hair or cat hair, right? Oh, it just doesn't look really good, especially if you're going to eat. Like, all the hair is going to blow off you into your food. Lint roll. Lint roll, my friends. I know you do, Wookie. I mean, can you bathe cats? Well, some cats will let you, some cats won't, right? But then that's why there's veterinarians that oftentimes give baths. So there's that. There's really no excuse for your cat not to be clean. Like, if you can't give your cat a bath, you can go get them bathed. Like I said, most veterinarians, they'll do it. Um, they'll sedate or do what they have to do, and it's actually kind of better and safer probably for everybody. So there's that. And your Huckleberry said, I'm pretty sure this got more likes than any other comment. Oh, because somebody told her, why are you eating this with all the health issues you have? This is over 2,000 calories. Each sandwich is over 600 calories. I don't understand. And it got 345 comments, or likes, not comments, 345 likes. And then Foodie says she's a weak creature. Ugh, one of the rare times she tells the truth. Same Caddy, I've never had one, too allergic. Sniper, hey, good morning. Hey, Boo. I clean my litter box 2 to 3 times a day, and I only have one cat. He cleans himself several times a day. Well, your house sounds very clean, my friend. Good morning, Sniper. She's a creature, all right. This drawing is really funny. Fat Cow made it. I'm telling you, is there anything that Fat Cow can't do? She can create anything and everything. I mean, she's just kind of a rock star. That is not what you think it is in the middle, okay? It's a wiener dog balloon. A wiener dog balloon. Anyways, I thought this was funny. I feel like it needs to be merch. This I might wear to bed or something. I would. I like to be comfy in bed. This is just sad. Raptor Watcher said Amberlynn has a well, not Amberlynn having a medical emergency, but Raptor Watcher said Amberlynn has a medical emergency. Eugenia gets sick on live and quits stream. Chantel with pink eye. And then it asks, are certain things gonna happen? What's weird is things usually happen in threes, and I swear it's fucking true. It is. Like celebrity deaths, just in general, everything happens in threes. Do you guys ever notice that? I'm not wishing for this to happen to Eugenia. I actually hope she breaks away from her family and she gets help. The other two, I just don't care for. So no sympathy there, Eugenia. Please go get help. Please. I know that you're probably wanting to do the opposite. And you're never ever going to hear this. But just know it is my wish as a mother for you to be a healthy person, living a healthy life, experiencing life. I really pray for that for you. Let's keep going. Fatty Bush Hog still sends me every time I see it. Mr. For the People said, "Oh my God, Wookie, my golden sheds like crazy. I'm constantly vacuuming and sweeping and dusting." Yeah, but they're worth it, aren't they? They're just so worth it. What's a little bit of hair? They're honestly the best things in the world. They're truly man's best friend, woman's best friend. They're so fucking loyal and sweet and can do no wrong, right, Chachi? Right? You blanket stealer, you. You steal all my blankets. Okay, so this is a recap of Foodie Beauty's live stream. It was honestly, from what I heard, completely boring. But PI's words made this interesting. So, in order to not wheeze through it and cough and have to stop, I'm gonna like mute you guys and give a good cough so I could read it. My granny always said that when someone passed. It is. I've noticed the threes. I feel like I didn't really notice it until my adult life, but you look back and it always happens in threes. You're the people I remember having a golden and her shedding, but they're so worth it. Goldens are such happy dogs that are always smiling. They really are always smiling. Okay, so here's a recap of Foodie Beauty's Well. Hello there. A couch is Stanny, epic and cheese, lies, and chin slips. So last night, the Sultaness of Sedentary herself, Her Royal Highness of Couchistan, Foodie Beauty, treated us to yet another cinematic masterpiece titled, Well, Hello There. And by treated, I mean we all lost several brain cells watching her wage a static battle against sitting. The scene? The Couchistanian throne room, aka her couch, where the upholstery now has squatters' rights. Our heroine sat motionless as if auditioning for a wax museum exhibit titled Still Life Woman with Pickle. The feast? Carrots, cheese, pickles, and the vintage drink of champions pickle juice. Because why chase your dreams when you can chase pickle brine down your gullet? For 93 excruciating minutes, she serenaded us with tales of how she totally doesn't miss pizza, while licking cheese grease off her fingers like it's a state propaganda. She boldly claimed that her only vice is weed, which I guess means the diabetes, cholesterol, and sodium levels are just minor background characters in her personal fairy tale called Denial, a Foodie Beauty story. But the real star of the show? The legendary chin slip. Yes, comrades. Once again, the hijab surrendered to the unstoppable force that is the great double quadruple chin uprising. It is now less of a slip and more of a natural or national emergency. At this point, her chin should get its own postal code and voting rights in Couchistan. And let's not forget the Oscar-worthy performance of pretending she shows restraint in Kuwait. Foodie flexed about not ordering takeout while sitting in a chair that probably cries in Arabic every time she plops on it. Restraint? Says the only thing you're restraining is the couch from ever having a chance to breathe again. In conclusion, this live stream was peak Couchistani theater. One woman, one couch, an army of snacks, and more self delusion than a flat earther convention. Sorry, Joe. If you missed it, don't worry. You'll see the exact same stream tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that. Couchistan never sleeps, it just snacks. And look at the picture that goes along with it. And that's with slimming filters, right? I love when your dog falls asleep staring at you sitting up. It's adorable. Cheese and pickles for breakfast? Yes! And the other day she went through McDonald's twice, right? Well, I want to look at her replies. PI, your recap was far more interesting than Foodie Beauties, I'm sure. And you really have a way with words. Let me look in the replies. Am I already here? Yes, I am. Fat Cow said, I think the chin slip is deliberate. Let the smaller second chin escape, and maybe, just maybe, people will think that's all she has and ignore the obvious larger third and fourth chin. No, she's wrong. Foodie Beauty, like, all it does, I'm telling you, every time I look at her is I try to count how many chins she has under that thing. And I know the one chin slipping out is probably the smallest chin. Emir Huckleberry says, I appreciate the masterful deployment of AI based artistry. This was top tier recap with the perfect level of snark, and only because you captured all the right details. Pure finesse. Thank you for your service. I thought it was really good too. All right, let's keep going. We're going to get to eye boogers. drive-throughs, and more. Yay! Chin slip. Oh gosh. And that's the smallest one, I'm telling you. Her teeth. I know I'm supposed to be focused on the chin, but I will never understand. It's not like she can't afford a whitening pen. It's sorry. If we have to look at her teeth so much, she at least buy strips? A better toothpaste? Can she at least brush them? If we have to look at these, it reminds me of candy corn every single time I see it. And I just can't. I don't like candy corn. I don't like Foodie's yellow teeth. Let's keep going. Why not? I love when my Furby lies down and plops on the side. How long has it been since she brushed her teeth? 855 years. It's been that long. Asshole says when Chantel's chins fall out, she gives very much the wizard from Your Highness, except way fatter. Obviously. Oh my gosh. Okay, I've never seen this thing before. But its face reminds me of Foodie Beauty. What is this? You're a wizard? Okay, I want to go away from it now. Sutton said if I ate all that, I'd be 500 pounds and my blood sugars would be out of whack. Ma'am, you are, and they are. What are you talking about? Hashtag denial. She's in denial. She has to lie to herself because reality is way too scary for her. Um, Kelly said Foodie Beauty is so delusional. She really thinks what she sees in the camera is what she looks like IRL. More proof the only reason she wears the hijab is to hide her many chins. Okay, we're gonna go full screen for this.
She's like, okay, enough. She just puts up with it for a few. Whoa! I'm not used to seeing myself without a chin, with a chin these days. So it's actually quite alarming.
You're not used to seeing yourself without a chin or with a chin these days? So are you wearing that 24/7? I know you said you don't have to wear it around Salah or when you're home alone and the cameras aren't on, but is he making you wear that all the time? Is that why you don't know what you look like? And it scares
She's
you when
like,
the chin
okay, enough. She just puts up with.
She looks like a bullfrog, does she not? Okay, anytime, if you're listening out there, and this is a reminder to myself too, anytime this woman calls you ugly or fat, please remember this right here. I'm just gonna do this again to be petty as fuck. Because she says she's prettier than 90% of YouTube. Yeah, if the men or women out there have a chin fetish, I guess you are.
She's like, okay, enough. She just puts up with it for a few. Whoa!
She's one of those frogs that you can feed mice. They're so fucking big. You could feed her literal mice. Don't. Poor mice. But I'm saying she reminds me of those big giant toads. She does. It looks just like her neck puked up a face. Yes, it's just hidden. Now she avoids mirrors so she never sees herself. Honestly, if you looked like Foodie, wouldn't you avoid mirrors? I would. I would put towels over them all, turn them all backwards. I would sell them. I would sell them on Facebook Marketplace. Mirrors must go ASAP, $1. I don't care if it was like a $500 mirror. You can have it for $1. Just get rid of the fucking thing. Hexaglama said it's so gross that she acts like she covers her chins for modesty, when really, it's pure vanity. And we could still see them. Imagine putting on 20 layers of hot material in the summer heat and wearing them thinking that you're hiding your fat when we could see every single roll. Ugh, couldn't be me. The hijab just fit nicely in the crease that her many chins have created. I think they've given up. It's a lot of work trying to contain the chins, and they're not being paid enough or at all. Ugh. Fondue says, what an absolute joke and embarrassment. It's a damn shame she uses religion to cover her insecurities. Culture, vulture, pig. Batsy, that's her problem. Delusional. It must be nice to stay constantly delusional because you don't want to face reality. I did that at one point in my life. I stayed drunk and high so I wouldn't have to face reality. And then when you get sober, you have to deal with it all. You just do. I can't wait till she doesn't have fast food as a crutch and she has to sit with all her constant, like all her life choices, decisions, behaviors, everything. It's really gonna suck. It is. Because once the fog wears off and you have nothing to numb you, you're just left to sit with all the bad decisions you've ever made and how shameful your behavior has been. But it's pivotal in your life. Like it was pivotal for me. It was so critical and important to me to have to sit and be like, look, at one point, you lost your child. At one point, you lost your home, you lost your job, you lost your dog, you lost your family, you lost your car. And I had to sit with everything. And that's like exactly when I know I'm like, I can't ever go through that shit again. Like, I can't lose it all again. I don't even think I have another life left in me to fuck around with, to be honest. I think I've used all my 9 lives. The fish are dying in Kuwait. And I'm not laughing because they're dying. I'm laughing because I think it's because Foodie Beauty stuck her foot in there. Um, so, anyways, this was on the Kuwait Reddit. And then here's Acadia Strong that said, did you cause this from putting your feet in the ocean? Yes, I think she did. I really think she did. Hopefully the whales and dolphins stay in the water because that's so sad. Foodie, stop putting your nasty feet in there. They have enough to deal with, okay? Your mom's emotional support carrot said, remember, Gorlworld, Sally's best friend, Allah, is sly and shady. Yeah, he's a dealer. Do you remember he could get the whiskey, the phones, the weed, the laptops? He's a dealer, and that's Allah's best friend. He taught Sally all of the loopholes in Kuwait. Sally still isn't successful because he's a daft arse twat. I doubt he could add 2 plus 2 without a calculator. So this is my question. How is somebody so dumb a scammer? Because I feel like even if you're a dealer or a scammer, you have to have some sort of intelligence. You do. How is Salad doing it? Maybe he isn't doing it well, and that's why Foodie Beauty has to work herself and eat herself to death. Makes you think. I mean, it's gonna come eventually. Something's gonna give. She can't live like this forever. Her body can't take it. No, and it's taken the abuse for so long. It has. I really hope, like, when something inevitably happens to her, they donate her body to science for research purposes. We need to know, how has she been able to stay alive this long? Amanda Beth said Chantal used to work as a medical receptionist. Imagine calling a doctor to make an appointment and you get someone with heavy breathing sounding like they're about to die. I would hang up. I would hang up because I already have phone anxiety. I already have my own anxiety. I don't want to call a place and they're like, yeah, we'll get you all fixed up at 2. No, no, thank you. I'll stay broken. Have a good day. Let's keep going. Cowboy Dog said, God watching ALR cry at the ER knowing she's gonna eat egg rolls later. Do you think God even still listens to her at this point? I mean, I know he does, but he's like, yeah, yeah, ALR. Okay. See you again tomorrow when you promise to change. Yep. You love me and everything. Things are gonna be better. See you again on Tuesday for this next cycle. I think God still listens, but even he's laughing at her. He has to at this point. He has to. Foodie Beauty is this big. Here you go. She's 77 inches around. That's crazy. She's 24 and a half inches from front to back and 77 inches around. Look at all the pixels. Does pixel equal mm? 998 equals 998 pixels. No, it creates a ratio. Measure the known factor, which is in pixels. Okay, well, that is too much for my brain. So I'm just going to focus on the 77 inches around. Okay, she is the entire world. She is the world. She's the children. She's the people. She's all of it. Okay. So Detective Cochise said the bottom left tells it all. Math shown. There you go. She's massive. That's all you need to know. And how is she 5'1" and towering over people? That's me. At over 5'7", I tower over most people. And she's 5'1" and towering over them? It's the filters, right? Anyways, Draco said, based on this photo and math, her waist to height ratio is 1.26. A healthy weight height ratio is between 0.4 and 0.5. This is crazy. Yikes. Yaba said after she went through the first time and got an egg McMuffin meal with 2 extra hash browns. What? An Egg McMuffin meal with 2 extra hash browns. Those the hash browns are greasy as fuck. She went back for a 6-piece chicken nugget, which she then choked on. She wanted cheeseburgers too, but they don't serve those till after 11. Oh no, not till after 11. They ruined her whole fucking day.
Karma. I never heard that song. Is it new or from the 70s? Karma.
Oh my god, I did that the other day. Okay, so not on chicken nuggets. My daughter likes these. I don't know how to explain them. They're like puffed wheat with tahine. Do you know what I'm talking about? They can make them in like pinwheel style. Anyways, it's puffed wheat and it has tahine. And she wanted me to try them, so I was eating them, and she said something. So when I was eating it, like I laughed, and then the thing shot to the back of my throat, and the tahine, it was like burning the back of my throat, and I swear it went up my nose somehow. It was absolute torture. It hurts. But anyway, she did this because she's not chewing. I choked because the tahine hit the back of my throat, and that's not a fun time. It really isn't. It's not. Dang, 77 inches. I can't get over that. I can't either. Let's watch her choke one more time, just for funsies.
I never heard that song. Is it new or from the 70s? Karma.
It is karma. Your karma is going to be epic. And I don't think it's going to happen that fast, though. I choked on baby carrots while talking and chewing. It happens. It's horrible. And you legitimately feel like you can't breathe for a second. When the pinwheel hit the back of my throat and that tahine, I was like, oh, like, oh no. Prairie said if she seriously chokes one day, nobody can help. That part right there, her husband's non-existent, never there. She has no friends. Is Julia gonna perform the Heimlich? Probably not. She's gonna watch her die. So nobody can help if Foodie Beauty chokes. How do you put your arms around her to do that maneuver to pop out lodged food? She's fucked. You shouldn't eat. You just should stop. Nobody can fit their arms around you at 77 inches wide. Oh my gosh, this could happen on live. Oh my god, that'd be just god awful to see. Not shocking, but terrifying. I don't know if I want to watch somebody choke to death. That seems traumatizing, even if we don't like her. I don't know. Ugh. I just want to see her fall or something, you know? That would give me life. Fairy Nymph said, so she went home and got burgers? Yes! Hungry Root is the easiest way to eat healthy. Well, thank you. Foodie Beauty needs us. Ooh, Brussels sprouts sound good right now. I want Brussels sprouts, lightly sauced later. That sounds actually good. Thank you to Hungry Root for inspiring me to eat some Brussels sprouts today. Raised Octillion said, I've always loved a good Chantal choke. Sassy Mama said, don't worry, she got her cheeseburger later. You know, our cutie gets fixated and will stop at nothing. Yeah, she obsesses over things. She does. So do I though sometimes. I think it's my ADHD. Like I'll be obsessed with like a certain food for like a really long time. I feel like Portos is the one that's lasted the longest. Do you guys remember when I was getting acai bowls all the time? I was obsessed with those. It was all I was eating. Now I'm on a pasta salad, um, candy yams and Portos and salad kick. I've been making a lot of strawberry salads and they're very delicious. Anyways, Pinky Lee said, imagine genuinely thinking this is funny. Keep eating, cutie. You're doing great. Phoebe the Peanut said she has choked a few times in the past couple months. She should take it as a sign. Yeah, nobody is ever around her. So unless she can make it to the neighbors and hope that they could dislodge whatever she chokes on, she's fucked. Oh well. Here she is here. Are You Serious posted this. By this AI estimate of weight at 5'1", Foodie Beauty appears to be about 425 pounds. Wow. We've been saying that we think she's that much. Todd said, which shoe is the first to go, the left or the right? Most leaning the ankles are in trouble too. Oh my God. I say this all the time, but her ankles remind me of when I had preeclampsia, and it looked like I had tires around my ankles. That's not good. Let me tell you what happened from my blood pressure being so high and me being so swollen. My daughter came almost 8 weeks early, and I was so fucking sick. I was beyond sick. They gave me some bag of something that made me feel even worse. If you've had it, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, it's not good at all. And I feel like her blood pressure is probably sky high. She's so swollen from all the sodium and fast food. Again, who would choose to live like this? At any moment, you're going to choke or have a heart attack. You look like you died 5 days ago. Why do you want to live like this? Go to Canada, lady. Go to Canada. Or don't. Ash said, pretty sure the right leg is the one she drags when she walks. It's also the larger side of her fupa balls. I'd say right is gonna go first. Yikes. Well, it's not gonna be good, and I don't think people are gonna go or like stay bringing her food, which I think she thinks is gonna happen. I think she thinks she's gonna be sick and bedbound, and it's gonna be a nonstop thing, like basically a revolving door of visitors and fast food and door dashers. She's gonna be all alone, and that's sad. But again, we have to remember this woman did it to herself. If you're ever feeling sorry for her, remember at one point she had so much support. She was surrounded by family. She had friends. She had a roommate who would do absolutely anything for her. And she chose to fuck everybody over, including herself, and get with a guy that just wants money. She did this to herself. She has to buy her shoes bigger to get the width, and the way they curl up at the toes take me out. Okay, lady, I never want to hear you talk about my big feet anymore. Yes, I wear a size 10 shoe, but I'm pretty sure you're wearing a size 15 here. Like, your foot doesn't even go halfway there. Look at how this whole thing curls up. But she has to get them so big. Even the back is big. She's gonna fall. If you drag one foot, you cannot afford to wear shoes that are ill-fitting. And I say this as somebody who had, I know I say it wrong. I think I call it like drop foot and maybe it's foot drop, or I say it one way and it's actually said the other way. But I'd lived the life of having a stroke and having to drag around a foot for a long time until like I could really use it again. You cannot afford to wear shoes that are too big and going to make you fall. But I don't know that I'll feel sorry for her if she falls. She made fun of me for falling and for having a stroke. So, as you can imagine, I'm just waiting to see what happens to her and seeing if she finds it so funny. I really am dying to know. Will it be so funny when she falls because her leg gives out? When her left side is paralyzed? Will it be so funny? I guess we'll find out. Lulu said, I'm going to be terrible here, but if I looked like her, I wouldn't even go out. No lie, I'd stay in. Ain't no way I could waddle around like that, attitude and gait while not being mortified. I would cry every day. I wouldn't even want food. She's depressing as fuck. She really is. I don't think I would leave either. I just, I don't know. That's a whole lot of body to cart around. It's a whole lot of weight, a whole lot of self. Um, no, my back would be bigger than most men in Kuwait. I'd stay inside. I get why she doesn't go out. I truly get it. Everybody gawks at her. She's a spectacle. She is. Let's look at these replies really fast. She only wears one shoe on her foot all the way. The other one is kind of only on halfway in there. I think that's the swollen foot. Dude, she's a mess. She is. She is. Okay, replies. Seattle Sapphire said, trust and believe she's miserable as fuck. The heavy breathing, almost like the beginning of a death rattle. Sweating like a wild animal in the jungle. Joints crackling like a wood fire. And let's not forget the horrible body odor. Oh my God. Okay, I cannot smell a whole lot of things, but I could smell BO, and I don't like it. And I don't understand what people have against deodorant, but have you ever smelled BO so strong it could knock you out? Like, I've smelled that from somebody in Sam's Club before, at Walmart, um, at the fair even on a hot day. I picture that's what Foodie smells like the BO that can seriously knock your ass on the floor because it's so strong and salty and, I can't And Foodie says she lies and says she has the gene where you don't smell. I'm not buying it. I think Salah really likes the smell. We know he loves smells, right? I think that's probably one of the only reasons he may even be a little bit attracted to her. Remember, he really liked Kabella's ham farts? Why would he be with somebody with no body odor? A man who gets off on horrible smells is going to be with somebody who has the gene where they don't smell at all? I'm not buying it. Okay, this thing pisses me off, and I don't know why I have to look at it every day. I don't know, and now it's gonna tell me I have to pay. No, fuck you. I already pay $11 to Elon. I'm not gonna pay to have the chitlin or whatever it's called be removed out of my ads. Why is he always in my ads? Why? I don't even know what it is. All right, let's keep going. Little Wookie said when she got up on the live, no words, just no denying how bad it's gotten. Yeah, but again, she did it to herself. If she enjoys not being able to get up off the couch in one go, if she enjoys not being able to put socks on, I mean, let her have at it, I guess. Shay said, I can't believe someone her size would settle for Temu shoes. I ordered from them and they were the flimsiest, cheapest feeling pair I've ever tried on. The soles didn't even stay in. The sizing was off by a lot, and there was zero support. I don't know that they're meant for super morbidly obese people to wear every day throughout the day, right? I feel like I have some shoes from, well, it's not Temu, I think from Shein. Like, you know, your bath slippers, like, do you know what I'm talking about? The rubbery shoes, you don't really wear them in the shower. They call them shower shoes, I guess. You don't really wear them in the shower, but you wear them around the house, kind of a thing. I have a pair of those, and they get on just fine. But again, they're not carting me around for fast food tours, and there's also not a whole lot of me. So there's that. 4F Beauty and Lifestyle said, look how the material in the armpit is staining so much. Oh no, I think they meant straining. Straining so much. It's pulling the chest material over. How long before that joins the cloths we never see anymore as they don't fit? Let's look at this really fast. Oh yeah. It looks so uncomfortable. And this used to be loose on her. Kind of flowy. Now she's barely containing herself in it. I I don't understand it. I really don't. Here are the proper shoes for her. I guess that would work. My God. I think she just needs some Ronald McDonald shoes and she'll be fine. Oh Lord. Okay, let's keep going and see how many more tweets I have. If she goes live today, you guys, I could snipe it. I don't know that she will because she was on late last night. But if for some reason she does, I will be on top of it today. Oh, the eye boogers. Oh God. Okay. Well, I guess let's just dive in. Halloweeny said, okay, I have a couple screenshots here, but you'd have to watch the video yourself on slow-mo and see if you agree. Her eye was getting a lot of really thick white discharge from it after swimming, and she had trouble opening it. I think it's infected. I see more white, a lot of it. So it was retweeted by them, and they said this was yesterday. The goo kept coming back. She kept wiping her snotty napkins and sticking her greasy fingers in her eyes. Yeah, she's got an infection. It's leaking. I feel like when you wake up in the morning and you sleep really good, like sometimes you can have the eye crusties, but they shouldn't be almost sealed shut. It shouldn't be white goo everywhere. You could even see the I don't know if that's pus or what, but it's in her eyelashes. Yuck. And I'm not saying like typically eye infections, like it's not like people enjoy having them, right? Like I'm not shaming anybody. If you have one, I'm not shaming you. This woman is absolutely disgusting, right? Like she goes and touches all the stray and wild animals, which I love animals. However, I know better than to put my face on stray animals that I've never met before that have been outside with probably infections themselves. Like I'm not hugging them. I also am really big on washing my hands. I feel like everybody should be. You also don't have dirty fucking hands and stick them into your eye. You don't pet animals and stick your fingers into your eye. You just don't. But she's probably gonna lose an eye, along with a foot, probably a leg, probably her life, probably it all. But she's gonna stay eating, so what can we do? This is so fucking nasty. And again, I don't know why I'm going back. Does the eyelid look swollen too? Or is that just fat? She touched her face, everything around her in the restaurant, and she's too broke to buy new clothes. And then here's the thing, eye infections are contagious. She's going out and about with her goopy ass eye and sticking her fingers in her eye, touching things other people are touching. This makes me not want to go out in public for a little while. It really does. I picture Foodie with the goopy eye touching all the produce in the store, all the apples, not buying anything, just touching them all with her goopy eye. Oh, okay. It is gross. It's just fat. I think a lot of these things are just high sugar related. They said that diabetes affects your eyes and her vision is poor. True. Claude didn't catch it because he doesn't touch her. Bush Hog is cheapish. Yes. I love you, Caddy, by the way. Your mom's emotional support kit said nothing screams hypocrisy like e-begging while wearing $400 glasses. That don't even fit her. Would you pay $400 for sunglasses that don't even fit on your fucking head and make you look ridiculous? I mean, maybe you have $400 to spend. Like, tomorrow I want to look like a fly, so be it. But she cannot afford to eat out, but she has $400 sunglasses. Would you spend $400 on sunglasses? Some people would. Some people are sunglass people. They are. They are. I look like a bug every time I wear sunglasses, so I don't. I feel like my nose is far too pointy to have flattering sunglasses. At least I haven't found any that look like me or look good on me. I look like a giant fly. I just do, or a giant mosquito. I don't know. It's not cute. Bingo said, "Is this the pair that she went back for in Canada?" Claims they were left in the Kia. Then said she wasn't able to get them from the new owner of said Kia. She should have Sally put her lies in a spreadsheet. Yes, mate, those are. Christina said, allegedly, they look cheap AF to me. See, my mom likes expensive sunglasses, but hers are usually like Ray-Bans. I don't even know that those are like $400. They might be. I feel like at one point they were over 200. But my mom's sunglasses don't look like cheap. They don't look like she got them at the 99-cent store and is calling them $400 glasses, you know? I don't know. I wouldn't spend $400 on sunglasses, but again, I don't have the face for them. Maybe if I looked amazing in sunglasses, I'd have all the sunglasses. I'm also weird about shoes, though. I won't spend like a whole lot of money on shoes. I like my Vans and my Chucks, but like I'll never wear $1 million Jordans. Like I just won't. No hate to you if you like them. My daughter has a shoe addiction. She likes all the shoes. But I find myself most comfortable in Chucks, Vans, or no shoes at all. That's just me. I only spend huge bucks on purses. Other than that, I shop sales. Yeah, I mean, it's smart. You can even find good purse sales though. Like even if you like Coach and all that. Like my mom, she goes to the outlets. She'll go buy really expensive bags for like $200 cheaper places. And it makes her very happy. It does. They're probably from Claire's. Be real, Chantal. She didn't pay $400 for those. They are 20 bucks. If she paid 400, she got massively ripped off. They were probably from Temu for a couple of bucks, probably. Dee Dee's Fault said, what does she mean she is not used to seeing the chins? So is Salah demanding her to cover up even if it's only the two of them? That's sad. Yeah, if she's not used to seeing them, I would assume she has to wear the hijab around him, which would mean they're not really married, right? Am I wrong about that? If she has to wear it around to him, they're probably not really married. Oh gosh, this is Amberlynn Reid being herself. And I'm just going to play it because, even though we've already saw it, because I think people need to remember she doesn't want you to have an opinion on how she eats or spends her money. So don't. Don't come to her and have an opinion when she's crying either. Just ignore her.
My money, my health. Why do you care? My money, my health. Why do you care?
I can't stand her. Tracy said, interesting, considering you come on the internet expecting people to give you sympathy and money. Crying because you're worried you're going to die. Asking money for weight loss meds or whatever it was that made YouTube remove your video, stupid bitch. Okay, I heard that in one video she was talking about her poor eating and showing like what she ate. And then basically in the same breath, I could be wrong because I don't watch her, so correct me if I am. Basically in the same breath, she was like, "Oh, but if you want to become a member to help me pay for my Ozempic or whatever." And then I heard her video was removed by YouTube for that. So I didn't watch the video. I didn't watch it go down in real time. That's what I heard had happened. The fucking audacity to stick whatever you want into your mouth and expect your subscribers to pay for your Ozempic is insane. It's wild. You're such a brat. You did this to yourself. You got yourself this size. Don't ask for anything from your subscribers. Seriously. If you can afford all that McDonald's, Wendy's, whatever else, you can afford Ozempic. I can't stand her. I just can't. Smuggling is the worst. Yeah, that's what happened. Yes, it was removed. I saw it on Jordy's live. Okay, you guys. So if you didn't see it and you want to find out exactly what happened and how it all went down, it's similar to what I said, but go watch Jordy's live. Do you guys know what it's titled? So if the people want to go look, they can. I want to look at these replies. I mean, am I just being harsh? It's like if I went on a bender, right? Like this huge drinking binge for like 2 weeks. Let's say I did that. And then I came live and I was like, oh, so I'm going to need you guys to help me get into rehab. I'm also going to need you to help me pay for a medication that makes me puke when I drink alcohol because I can't be trusted around it. It's just like the fucking audacity. If you can afford all that booze, Breezy, you can afford medication to stop drinking, right? It's just, I don't know. It annoys me. There's people who are suffering out there, like suffering from illnesses and different things, and they don't have the support, they don't have the money, they don't have all these things that these girls have. And they just have to suffer in silence. But Amberlynn Reid and Booty Beauty want you to pay for the next cheeseburger. Meanwhile, someone's worried about how they're going to afford therapy next week. Fuck them. Ugh, fuck them. I think that's all I have this morning, you guys. I know it was kind of hard the way we started, but I just want to remind you guys if there's something going on, there's something that you're struggling with, you don't have to struggle alone, okay? You just don't. Many of us in this chat, I'll speak for myself. I've been through a lot of shit in my life. I have. And you would be surprised at how much I can relate to. If you need help, if you ever need to talk to somebody, if you need help with treatment, or you need resources to get into a treatment, please know you don't have to do this all on your own and people care. Reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help in any way possible. I'm not made of money, but I could definitely help with resources. I can help find treatments close to you, therapists that will take your insurance. I just really feel like with all the negativity going on, we need people to realize they don't have to be alone, right? You don't have to suffer in silence. We're here for you. Please reach out to me if you ever need anything. I love you guys so much. Thank you to my amazing mods and Breezy Bunch members. I'll see you guys again. If Foodie goes live, I'll snipe it. If she does it tonight when I'm asleep, I'll be live in the morning. I hope you guys have a great day, great evening, wherever you are. And I will see you so soon. Bye, everybody. Lisa, hey, I'm sorry I didn't see you. Hello.